Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
You have 3 minutes to complete one of your choice. If you finish one before the time is up, choose a second one to go on to. With the use of multiple entry points, students have the option of 3 different questions to choose from. And I level these 3 questions so that it provides access to all students being able to answer at least one of the questions. My first question is a level 1 question, which is like a recall, and it's where students will define, describe, or evaluate something in the question. The next one, it requires a little more strategic thought, and that's our level 2 question, which is about making an observation, determining a strategy, or identifying a pattern. And the last question is the level 3 question, which is an extended thought question, which is where students will make or prove a conjecture or justify multiple pathways to a specific solution.
Well, the do nots for my math class, they're like different because instead of like the teacher just telling us what to do and which ones to do, we get to choose which ones.
We have choices in which question we want to do, and it's more helpful for us to like pick one and then go over the rest.
There's 3 different questions determining which level you're on and you feel most comfortable doing.
I try to mix up the order so that students always don't know which level that they're choosing, and make sure that these 3 questions connect to one another, and try to connect to the previous lesson as much as I can to today's objectives.
Class discussion, our teacher, she like asks us who did the first question, who did the second question, and who did the third question. And then we go through each question and we like popcorn through the answers and how to solve it together so that we can each see each other's mistakes and our own mistakes.
Once the students answer those questions, I'll take a poll of them to see who answered what, which kind of gives me a pulse on what the students' prior knowledge is before starting the debrief. And then once we debrief these questions, that kind of becomes the mini lesson for our class that day.
The discussions are really helpful because they help us understand the problem even more than we solved it, and it helps us get feedback from other peers to help us and like learn from each other.
Alright, before we get started with our debrief, I just want to get a pulse on who chose which problem. So if you chose to answer problem number 1, please raise your hand. Okay. If you chose to answer problem number 2, raise your hand. And if you chose to answer problem number 3, please raise your hand. Alright, so back.
An outline is like a dot on a scatter plot or whatever that is like out of the line of best fit.
Outside the line of best fit, okay? Anyone else want to add to this? You guys have an outlier, something that lies outside of the general data trend. So Gabby kind of hit on that when she said it doesn't really follow the line of best fit. Okay, so now that we know what an outlier is, we have this definition, let's look at number 2. Can you point it out again? Okay, and why did you think that those were the outliers? Because they're out of the line. Okay, any questions for Emmy? Alright, so make sure if you did not answer number 2, you're answering that now. So, if you did number 3, thumbs up if you think that this is linear. Thumbs down if you think this is not linear. Thumbs up, even if you didn't do number 3. Thumbs up if you think this is linear. Thumbs down if you think it is not linear. Thumbs up.
So let's move on to choice B, and I really love this quote, okay? Sylvia Plath says, "Writing makes me a small god. I recreate the smash and flux of the world through the small, ordered word patterns I make." So paraphrase this. In your own words, what does it mean? Lucky.
The 3 components of MEPs, or multiple entry points, are to describe, to paraphrase, and to infer, usually a graphic. Well, the multiple entry points offer students choice, which is probably the best thing you can do because they feel like they have agency to talk about a topic in a way that they're comfortable with. It also gives students a great opportunity to listen to their classmates, give them a perspective maybe I didn't come up with or they didn't come up with. And so it allows them to see the same topic from different viewpoints and kind of marry all those viewpoints together to have a really good segue into the lesson.
So look at the picture. Tell us what you see and what it makes you think. Go ahead.
Okay, so I wrote, I see a picture of cats and dogs inside raindrops. It shows the difference between the figurative meaning and literal meaning. For example, is like hyperbole is exaggeration, right? And literal meaning is like it's really like what it really means. Like for example, it's not gonna rain actual cats and dogs.
Multiple entry points have been a great addition to my classroom this year because it really sets the tone of the students as the source of knowledge. Students are used to looking for the teacher to give them all the information, but the fact that they're the ones doing these problems and discussing them with each other really sets this tone that that's how they're going to learn in this class. The last thing that I really love about multiple entry points is it's really increased the student buy-in and engagement in the lesson because they're the ones presenting these ideas in the beginning and they're kind of the ones delivering in the mini lesson. It's really helped increase engagement as well as boost a lot of confidence in my students.